Did you see that post?
People are talking.
Here's what's trending on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. So if time travel was possible, which decade of your life would you choose to experience all over again, right? So how about your 20s, right? Or maybe you go way back and be a toddler with no responsibilities at all, drooling on yourself, pooping on yourself, all that stuff. Now, somebody asked 2,000 American seniors what they do, and the top answer was go back and experience their 30s again, right? Now, 30% said their 30s were the happiest decade of their life. Their 20s was second with 25% of the vote. And believe it or not, 15% their teenage years. So seniors were also asked what advice they give their younger self if they had a chance. Now, some of the most common answers include accept challenges, follow your gut, be bold, stay humble, always be prepared, and stay positive. So for today's Fill in the Blank Friday, we want you to answer this. If I could relive any era of my life, it would be blank. Because, Gary.
Oh my God, Ricky. My 20s, honey, in the 80s. Oh, that was the best years of my life.
What you would have relived? You would have played football or something?
Well, you know what? Well, no, I wouldn't have. Well, I don't know if I would have played football, but I played a lot of other things. But, Ricky, that was the best years of my life, honey. I had moved to Houston, honey, and that's when I discovered who I was. Honey, I was coming in the house at 6 o'clock in the morning.
That's so disrespectful.
No, honey, I was on my own. Honey, I moved away from home at 18.
Oh, so yes. you partied to the you couldn't party no more till the club was closed.
Yes, if you didn't come in at 6 o'clock in the morning, baby, the Queens threw you out the club, honey. You had to come in at 6 o'clock in the morning, and honey, I was just wow, and I thank God none of the bad things happened to me, but that was the best years of my life.
It wasn't really that dangerous back then.
It sure was not.
Yep.
Yeah, it was not, honey.
Y'all had to worry about racism, man, because back in them 50s.
Oh, man.
Don't do them like that.
Well, Ricky, we did have to run in the club, so, baby, you couldn't be seen, baby. We was running in the club, baby. You couldn't let nobody see you running in the club on Westheimer, honey, in Houston.
What about you, Brett?
I would have to say the 90s. I'm not going to do the ages thing because then I'll be telling my age, you know what I'm saying? But like the 90s, because hip-hop in the music industry was peaceful, I had made some money then, so I was out of high school. I was able to buy my grandmother's cars and houses and just shower them for all the things that they did for me, taking care of me. It was that was the best feeling in the world, being able
to be able to tell your grandmother.
Woo!
And to be able to walk in and give your grandma a stack.
And say it's yours.
She ain't never had that much money. Never seen that grandma go get what you want.
Yes.
Boy, look at here. Yeah,
those days, I would trade anything for them. Anything.
Yeah. Maria.
For me, I would say my 20s, especially my college years on campus at FAMU. And I specifically love those times because social media wasn't around then. I think Facebook came out after I graduated. So I just had so much, in-person, human connection and just so many experiences that made me a woman. So I really, really enjoyed those times in my 20s.
Right.
Oh, man, I'm piggybacking on Brat, man. Them 90s, the music, the fun, bright colors, the style, the cross-color fashion, the TV show. Remember the Sky Pages? Remember when the Sky Pages came out?
StarTax.
Just fun times, man. Fun times.
Okay.
Yes.
From age 1 to 11, because after that, that's where it all kind of fell off the rails. That's where everything started going wrong. So I had to go back from 1 to 11. It was all good up until that point.
I tell you what, man, the 90s was the best for me too, Brett, because it was watching y'all on the hip-hop side, and I just remember watching the videos and stuff, and then we over here, that's when black comedy started in, because, like y'all was over there doing y'all thing, Brett, but damn, Def Comedy Jam dropped in 91, and Martin Lawrence, and your thing was try to get on Def Comedy Jam and Showtime at the Apollo, and if you did, and just I remember being like in the minivan with Cedric the Entertainer and Dion Cole in the back seat, and everybody that's like famous and got TV shows. Now we were all like in a minivan staying at Howard Johnson Hotel, doing colleges, driving all up and down the Midwest, just doing all those comedy shows, man. When you really thought like you was getting paid like $200 and $300, you were just happy to be there, happy to be around, comedians said, and I mean, it was just the best times ever. And then by the time 97 came in, and I mean, it was just safe. You could go to after parties, you could go to the club or whatever, club on the weekend. I had a comedy club back then, and so that was the best time for me. If I could do that all over again, I probably would have did that, and probably would have stayed married. I was married for 12 years. Probably would have tried to, if I knew then what I know now, I probably would have tried to work my marriage out. And you know what I'm saying, I wasn't no trifling husband. I wasn't in the streets or nothing like that. But I was married for a long time to a beautiful woman from Detroit. So I wish I can get that back. But let us know what you think. 866-9-RICKY. Good morning.
That would be my 20, because I would have paid more attention to, I guess, following my path, figure out who I need to be, make better choices, and surrounding myself with better people before I had my first child.
I would go back to my 30s. I would spend more time with myself, enjoying myself, and enjoying being single instead of looking for a husband.
I would want to relive 2002 to 2015 because my son, he was diagnosed with cancer in 2009 and he passed in 2015. So I would want to relive 2002 all the way up until 2015 now.
I would go back to when my husband and I first met because I had lost him this year. So I can relive being with him again.
Man, if I could go back to my senior year in high school, I'd go back because I used to be the man. I played football, baseball, basketball, all that.
Whoa.
I ain't been worth a damn ever since I left that.
Hey, Brett.
He said, I ain't been worth a
Damn, since high school.
White.
What you been doing with your life, bro?
He just came to some real self-realization right now. Hey, Rock.
Right.
I think reality just hit him in the face.
Now, one thing I wish I could also get back. I would go on the road, and every single Monday, I went and picked up both of my grandmothers. I took them to Walmart every Monday, let them get whatever they wanted to get, groceries, anything. Like we would spend half of the day at Walmart. Then we would go to Cracker Barrel and sit down at the same table and eat dinner. If I would give anything to get that back, I dream about that all the time, man. I'm talking about I picked both of my and like Gary, you don't know this. Both of my grandmothers were best friends. They lived across the street from. My grandmothers was best friends before my mom and dad got together, and they lived across the street from each other.
What?
Before they moved. So it was like picking up two old ladies that was friends, and they just sit there, enjoy them, watch them eat their food, and you had to get them home before nightly news come on. They need to see Tom Brokaw before and get into bed. They just like, I got to get back to my house. I got to get. Remember that, Brett? Take me home now. That was everything was nice. I thank you for everything, but I need to go home.
Yes.
Grandma, you can spend the night. I need to go to my house.
My own bed.
I got some pots I left. I get to put my dishes up, and then I got them greens.
But we like that now because I'm like that. I like to be in my house. I like to watch the news, honey.
Gary.
6 o'clock, yes.
At 4 o'clock, I need to be back at my house.
Right? Mm-hmm. We turn into them, y'all.
We done turned into them.
Yes.
I'm sitting
I
up
don't
in
want to
Texas.
go nowhere neither. I just want to be at home.
Brett, why every day or every other day you got something going on with some collard greens? Greens. Why greens is so important? Like I'm saying, I need to put these greens in the freezer. I'm gonna take these greens out. I'm gonna go ahead and smother these greens. Okay, I'm gonna wrap these. I was dealing with greens all day yesterday. What the hell is wrong with me? Instead of rice, I'm dealing with greens. Your ass getting old, boy. Look at here. All right, y'all. More Rickey Smiley, more of the show coming up.